Education Minister John O'Dowd has hosted a reception for North of Ireland schools that have entered the BT Young Scientist and Technology Exhibition 2014. This is the 50th year of the competition. 68 projects from 29 local schools have entered, with 31 projects qualifying for the finals event in Dublin in January. I'm here with Kaylee and Anna from St Fancy's College in Enniskillen. Kaylee, can you tell me about your project, please?
Well, we're investigating the radiation in the soils of the mountains in Donegal, Fermanagh and the Mournes.
And how did you come up with that as a project idea?
Well, we did a similar project last year, so we just sort of carried it on.
So you've entered BT Young Scientists before?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what made you enter it again then? Did you enjoy it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to the Dublin event?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you look forward to that? What are you looking forward to about that?
Like meeting all the new people and like just looking around.
What would you say to young people who are thinking of entering it? What would you say to them?
Definitely go for it.
It's a really good idea, I like it.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Thanks very much, guys. Okay, I'm here with Harry and Peter from Belfast Inst. Guys, can you tell me about your project for the BT Young Scientist exhibition?
Well, it all kind of stemmed from an idea that we wanted to help third world countries. So we decided to find a solution to provide water to these countries through a number of ways, main one being sand dam.
Yeah, the sand dam it's actually quite a new technology. It's essentially a dam with water and sand, and in the summer the sand floats to the top and forms a crust so that the water doesn't evaporate off. And it's very effective.
And how did you come up with that? You know, is that for physics or what branch of science?
A bit of physics and a bit of help outside of school as well. I've got a few friends that are engineers.
An input from experience, realism, and even just basic research, just to compile ideas together into one. So.
And your teacher as well?
Yeah, that helped as well. We had student engineers helping us from Queen's University as well. So
that's really good. And have you guys qualified for the finals event in January in Dublin?
We have not, unfortunately.
You didn't this time? No, that's a shame. So is this the first time you've entered the competition?
Yes. But we were involved in the Young Innovators competition in June, which we won in our category in that. So we were happy with that.
I can't believe you didn't make it to Dublin. But that project sounds very highly complex.
Yeah.
Would you plan to enter again next year?
I think if with development, yes, we could, and even if it's maybe a different idea, you never know. But I mean, if we maybe develop it and change things around a bit, we could definitely give it a go. Possibly again.
So, do you see areas of your project that you can improve even for next year then?
Definitely. I mean, we need to do a lot more research and get the costs, because that was the one thing we did not have. We don't have the costs of anything.
That could be the missing piece of the puzzle then. Yeah. And do you think maybe you'll get down to the exhibition at all anyway, even though you're not in it?
We might give it a go and get some inspiration down there even. So
I can highly recommend it. Okay, no, thanks very much, guys. That's great. Well, thank you. I'm here with Erin, Kiva and Mackenzie from St Mary's in Limavady. Erin, tell me about your project.
My project is all to do with asthma acoustics. It's developing a software for GPs to use in their surgery when they evaluate like an asthmatic.
Okay, and what made you get involved with that project then?
I have a younger cousin that's asthmatic and he's also celiac, so it's very serious for him.
And Kiva, are you involved in the same project then?
Me and Mackenzie has a project.
And tell me about your project then. What's it about?
It's about drops and like the size of them and like how you find out the size of them and all.
What sort of drops? Like chemical drops? Like
drops.
Oh right, okay. And what made you investigate that?
Like the sound of rain, like how it makes like so much noise, and we just thought like we could measure the sound of it.
And how do you go about measuring the size of a water drop then?
There's a formula to find it out. It's through the sound of it.
Wow. So the two projects between the three of you then you're all going to Dublin in January, is that correct?
Yeah.
And have you been before?
I have.
Have you? And how did you find it?
It was amazing atmosphere.
Yeah. And it's gonna be the first time for you two guys, yeah? Yeah. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has Erin told you all about it? And so tell me this: getting involved with the BT Young Scientist has it enhanced your learning of STEM subjects?
It's broadened all of our knowledge of science. Whenever we go down there, we find out a lot more than what we just study at school. So it's amazing to see it all out in the field and the way it's done.
I'm here with Peter Morris. He's Director of Corporate Services at BT Ireland. Peter, why does BT continue to support the Young Scientist and Technology exhibition?
Well, James, this is our biggest event that we do. It's our 50th year, of which we've been 14 years, both sponsor and organiser. I think the main reason is it's a fantastic opportunity to celebrate STEM, science, technology, engineering and maths. And these are the kind of skills that we need as a business. So we see this as an opportunity to promote the STEM agenda in Ireland, both north and south.
And you see the young people who've entered the competition, they're really the scientists, the engineers of tomorrow.
Well, this is the future of our kind of business. If you think of the kind of skills that we need to help run our business and other companies in Ireland, the people who come through the exhibition today are the kind of skills that we need to develop for businesses like ourselves in the future.
Mm-hmm. And the Department of Education helps BT attract entries to the exhibition. There are, I think, 68 entries from Northern Ireland this year. 31 projects have made it to Dublin, isn't that right?
That's right. So the Department of Education in Northern Ireland, very important to us. We get a lot of support from different types of sponsors. So about 5 or 6 years ago when the department came on board, both in terms of events like we're having here today, Instorming, but equally financial support as well, because it's a significant undertaking. So we see the support from the sponsor really critical to help us continue to run this moving forward into the future.
Sure, and the standard of entries from the north here is really quite high. I think the qualification percentage was much higher than for the whole of the island. Does that say something about the education system here?
Well, the standard overall in the exhibition is very, very high. So the process of trying to even make it to the RDS is a feat in itself. Yes, Northern Ireland the last couple of years, there's nearly like 50% of projects entered make it to the RDS, and that is significantly higher than the south of Ireland. I think one of the areas that we're keen to focus on is to get more schools in Northern Ireland to participate in the event. If we're going to try and develop STEM wider and deeper into Northern Ireland, into the education system, this is an event that is absolutely set up to do it. If you think of in the south of Ireland, there's nearly 50% of all schools participate. Compared to Northern Ireland, it's closer to 13-14%. So as much as Northern Ireland are punching above their weight, it's more a call to action to invite more schools to get involved.
Sure. And just finally, will you be going to the finals event yourself in January in the RDS?
Well, it's the biggest thing, as to say, that we do. My team, I'm very lucky that my team actually run the event end to end, but any senior manager within BT Ireland, and actually wider than that, nearly spend the whole week in the RDS. So the whole idea behind this is that we get involved. It's not a case of just turning up at the end for the event itself or the award ceremony. We have a lot of our teams who volunteer. There are a lot of business events that we partake in. There's a lot of VIPs that come that we have to escort round. So it's very much, no matter who you are, what you do, you roll up your sleeves and get involved.
Minister, you're hosting a reception today for North of Ireland schools who have entered the BT Young Scientist and Technology exhibition for 2014. Why does your department continue to support this exhibition?
Because it motivates young people to become involved in the STEM subjects. It's a fun way of learning. It allows young people to interact in group learning, not only in their school, but from others. And we bring them here to celebrate it, because I think it is important that we bring them to Parliament buildings and stamp, not authority on it, but the importance we place upon this event. The long gallery is associated with very important events in our society, and this is one of them.
And you said there about making STEM subjects fun. And why is it important that young people get into STEM subjects?
STEM subjects are the future in terms of job creation, employment, our economy. And I think it's vitally important that our young people have a head start in that they are encouraged to involve themselves in it, and to ensure that they're learning from the very best, both within their school, but also in terms of the exhibition, which will be in the RDS in Dublin, where there's literally thousands of young people interacting with each other and showing off each other's talents.
And I think there are 68 projects from the north this year, which is up from last year, and it's important that pupils don't get downhearted even if they're not going to Dublin, isn't that right?
No, the Dublin is the culmination of a lot of work, but it's not the reason to enter this competition. The reason to enter this competition is to challenge yourself, your teammates, engage with them, engage with your teacher, etc. So it's an old cliche, but it's not all about winning. It's about the education of self-challenge and enjoying the project and developing the project and learning from it. And if you haven't made it to Dublin this year, you might next year. And if you don't next year, enter the competition the year after. because I think many of the schools that come through here and the teachers who come through here are regular attenders because they have seen the benefit of it as well.
And just finally, do you plan on going to the finals event in Dublin yourself?
I am. I will be attending Dublin this year to go to the event. It is a fantastic atmosphere around it. I enjoy visiting our local school stands, and they're up there with the best and the rest. And on many occasions, we've brought back very high accolades from the Dublin experience, both for our students and also for our teachers. So I want to be there to support them.